Hey everybody, this is TJR. If this is your first time here, welcome to the channel. If not, welcome back. And we're trying something new with the background. Let me know what you think. And so today, this arrived. This is the debut album from Bad Company. This is a 50th anniversary release. And this is also part of the Rhino High Fidelity release series. These are very limited. I talked about the Black Sabbath release of their debut album the last time. And let me go ahead, I'm just going to read from the OB strip here. It says here, 180 gram vinyl, cut from original analog master tapes by Kevin Gray at Coherent Audio, pressed at Optimal Media, heavyweight gatefold jacket, includes exclusive insert with commentary by engineer Ron Nevison and Paul Rogers, 50th anniversary pressing, limited edition number to 5,000. And so let me go ahead. I'm going to pull this out here and show it to you here. Now, this one is extremely high gloss. The Black Sabbath one was too. Very high gloss cover. And so much so that I have to angle it right so the light up here doesn't reflect on it. Inside, though, more of a matte finish. There we go. And let me just go ahead and I'll pull out the record first here. And of course, this is the Rhino High Fidelity series. So instead of trying to reproduce the original Swan Song label, we've got the Rhino High Fidelity label. And of course, the sleeve also reflects that too. And there is, of course, this insert here that is unique to this edition here. Again, carrying along the same theme as some of the other ones where you've got the tape box here, reproduced, and then we have largely just the interview with Ron Nevison, and they mentioned commentary from Paul Rogers. There are a few quotes from Paul Rogers here. I don't know if this is actually unique or taken from some other source. I'm not 100% sure, but regardless, very good reading, hearing his perspective on the recording of this album. So I'm going to go listen, and then I'll be back. Okay, we are back, and I have listened to both sides of this release here. And I guess the first thing I'll mention is when I discussed the previous release in this series, which was Black Sabbath's debut album, I mentioned, of course, that it did sound fantastic, but I thought that the bass might have gotten just a little bit shortchanged in the process. But then again, this might have been just due to the limitations of the original source tape. Now, this is not true, however, with this release. Absolutely every instrument just shines on the debut album here. And I get the feeling this was just overall a better recorded album to start out with. Where I really hear the difference, of course, is when I really just crank it up. I remember I was listening and I got up from where I normally sit and I walked over from the living room to the kitchen, which is just adjacent, and listened from there. And during the fade out for Ready to Love, the piano, played by Mick Ralphs on that track, I believe, it was just so deep and rich sounding, just very real sounding. Also, Paul Rogers' vocals, so pure sounding. The acoustic guitar on Siegel, very crisp and warm. In fact, that particular track, that one, I really felt like I was hearing it again for the first time. Now, of course, I also compared this to my CD version. This is my previous version for this that I've had. This, of course, was a 40th anniversary, actually, with a fold-out, here we go, multi-fold-out here with 2 discs, the album, and then a disc of bonus material. And, of course, this came with its own reading booklet, too, with an original essay. Between the two, there's really no comparison. Much more spacious sounding here, bigger, fuller, more room between the instruments. While I listened, I also, of course, read the insert here, the interview with Ron Nevison. He describes the album as sounding simple, to the point, and in your face. Everything he says is bright and close. And I would agree with that. The whole album is such an excellent balance of all the instruments. And so basically, with this pressing, all of that is just heightened and brought up to another level. He also talks about how recording in a house, which is where they recorded the album, he talked about how that is always kind of a unique recording adventure. He talked about how when he's worked at Muscle Shoals, all the microphones are in a certain place. Every record there, of course, comes out sounding great, but you get the same sound because it's the same room and the mics are in the same place. But with a house, he says that it's always different. There's always a sound you're going to get in a house that you can't get anywhere else. Needless to say, I was very pleased, but I have to admit, normally when they do one of these, they pair it up with like a jazz record or a genre I'm not as interested in. Last time, they paired it up with Devo, a band I like, but I wasn't interested in that album. This time they paired it up with Yes's Relayer album, an album that I've actually never heard. I was tempted to get it anyways, because I do want to listen to Yes albums that I haven't heard yet before. This would certainly have been one of them, but you can only afford so much, and I had to draw the line. So my previous love for this album won out, and that's why I went for this one versus the S one. Who knows? If the S1 does not sell out, and maybe after a paycheck or two, if I can and it's still available, I will go ahead and purchase that one. Anyways, to all of those of you who commented on last month's review of the Black Sabbath High Fidelity release, I know some of you said you hadn't gotten yours yet. If you hadn't, I hope you did get it. I know it sold out quickly, and I'm kind of feeling that not everybody who wanted it on that first go-around got it, but I hope if you really wanted it that you got it. I know a couple of you told me you were still waiting for yours. And let me know if you got this one. Let me know if you've heard it. Let me know what you think. Mike at the In-Groove has been talking about this being one of his favorite reissue series because they're doing rock albums. And he said usually these reissue series primarily center on jazz. And he likes jazz a great deal, but he says nobody's really doing rock albums, and this series is. And I'm grateful for it too. I have really been enjoying this series. I just hope they don't put out too many rock ones so that I can afford each one. But anyways, though, but that's life sometimes. You can't have everything, you know. Anyways, though, let me know your thoughts. As always, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss a video. A big shout out and thank you to my Patreon supporters. Patreon supporters do receive exclusive weekly videos not available on this channel. And if you can't be a Patreon supporter, I understand. You can show your support for any video I post here by just leaving a one-time super thanks. Also, you can just click like. Clicking like is free. It really helps this channel a lot. Thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.